So my name is Sister Joseph. I was born and raised in Holland, and I grew up there without the gift of faith. So vocation was definitely not on my mind growing up. But when I was 17 years old, I was invited to go to a boarding school in France. It was while I was there that I had a profound conversion experience in front of the Blessed Sacrament. When in the chapel, they had our Lord exposed in the Blessed Sacrament on the altar. And I had a moment where I just knew that He was truly there. And that He loved me. I felt very known in that moment, and it really changed everything from that moment on. So after that, I asked for baptism, and I went through a year of preparation for that. And during that year, I would go to the chapel and just sit there and ask the Lord, okay, tell me about yourself. Who are you? I want to know everything about you. And it really grew into a deep relationship between us. I feel like He did really reveal Himself to me. And I got to know a lot about myself as well in that relationship. I was also dating a young man at that time, but on the day of my my baptism, my first communion and confirmation, when I received my first communion, I knew that I could only give my heart entirely to Jesus, and there was no way I could give my entire heart to this young man in the way I wanted to give it to Jesus. And I knew that I should let go of that relationship and start looking at how to, that my heart was made to be given completely to Him alone, and how to live that. And while I was living with Dominican sisters, they were my teachers in the boarding school, and I loved them. I really respected them, and they had been so good to me. But there was something about teaching that really just didn't ring well with me. I was like, I'd be miserable. I'd probably be making the kids miserable too. So I thought I would just wait until after college and see if I could figure it out. But before I even went to college, I met our community. We were in New York for a week before the World Youth Days in Toronto, and we spent some time with the friars, and I thought it was wonderful for them that they could live just like St. Francis, this Eucharistic-centered prayer life, living among the poor, serving the poor, doing works of evangelization, which as a convert is very close to my heart. And it was wonderful for them that they could live just like that. But I saw one sister on that trip, and that kind of just did something in my heart. I knew I had to go back there. So after a few months of trying to ignore it, every time I would pray, there would be this little voice, this little thought about New York, about St. Francis, about being a sister. So I came to visit, and I felt very much at home. And I applied, and I waited a few more years, but I entered in 2005, and it's been a wonderful journey, not without struggles, but I feel even the struggles have brought me closer to Jesus, and it just gets better and better and better over the years. So I'm so grateful for my vocation.